So a few of the people were actually telling me or asking if they are not employed right now, or they are not really uh, full time into corporates. How can they showcase their work, right? They can also showcase their work by contributing to the open source libraries, which are very prevalent in the world today, using the GitHub IDs. And it is not only Amol sir who is going to ask for GitHub IDs, but I generally also ask for GitHub IDs, and hence I look at when was their contribution last done. Yeah, even though I am 25 years into the business, into this industry, my GitHub ID is very, very active right now also. And I can actually show you that. And I'm sure Amol sir's GitHub ID is more active than mine. Arshdio is not my ID.
Ada berapa macam ya? Ziprar.
And somehow I can't really change this one. Give me a second. Yeah. All right.
Yang dari Linux itu ada par.
So this is my GitHub ID. I am pretty active on my GitHubs. And you can also see these are all private repositories, but these are all of my repositories which I have been working on. So yeah, I have been keeping myself very busy, and you can also keep yourself pretty busy and showcase your achievements through GitHub. This is a way to keep getting the credits that you need for GitHub. All right, my screen is visible, right? Hopefully, yeah. All right.
Yes,
visible.
Yes. Sorry, I was mute.
Okay. Thank you. I am not able to see the video panel. Anyways, all right. Yes, thank you, Aya. All right. So while we are at the GitHub repo that you are seeing right now, this has got 4 use cases: UC0A, UC0B, UC0C, and UC0X. All of them were created by me, and all of them have similar templates. You have the README, you have the agents.md, you have a py file, and you have skills.md. In the UC0B, you have README, MD, py, and MD. And similar in UC0C and UCX. The data that you might need is also here in the data files. All of this data is hallucinated by me and me only. Please do blame it on me, but do not post it on the internet considering that this is all hallucinated. This is all synthetic data. You can, please don't sue me for this. This is just for learning purposes. So let's go through the first use case. The first use case is a complaint classifier. So considering the fact that there have been a lot of problems in a lot of MC municipal corporations in India, a few of the proactive cities have started complaining, and these complaints are gathered in CSV files. These are all hallucinated. These are all synthetic data. So Ahmedabad has these complaints, Hyderabad has these complaints, Kolkata has these complaints as the following complaints. In Ahmedabad, and in all of them, please do notice all of them have the same fields here, same schema: complaint ID, dates raised, city, ward, location, description, and reported by, and DESO. All right. Now, once these all have been received, what we have to do is we have to create an agent, or we have to create a system with which we would be able to classify these complaints. And once, what do you mean by classification? The classification means that we have to create these 4 fields and fill them with the relevant data. When we fill them with the relevant data, the category will only be allowed for these values, these exact strings and no variations. Priority will be these 3 and no variations. And reasons will be 1 sentence, and flag will be this. The severity of this whole classification will depend on these words. All right. Any questions up till now? Let me pull the charger back into my machine. Okay. Any questions up till now?
image.
I hope
Makanya
the idea is clear about complaint classifier.
buka. Belum.
We might, Shashank, you are probably thinking in a different tone, but yes, we might have a very fundamentally different uh, thought process in a few years.
Level berapa? Ada model image yang CMG itu harus ada ekstrak khusus.
Very good.
Download dulu. Apa namanya?
Yes, should be only in CSV format. Mayurka, Mukwana.
Itu masih
The complaints are right now in CSV. For this use case, yes, they are all in only CSV format.
office-nya ada ya.
The work is to be submitted via a pull
Ini
request.
nggak mau.
All right, clear. So let's go back.
Kalau image harus ada runningnya gitu khusus yang buat dia bisa install gitu.
We were in
Untuk
README.
image ya.
Right. So what your task is to define the agents.md. Well, actually, it is the end result should be actually classifier.py, but we will go through the route of agents.md and then skills.md. Why we are doing this is because the agents.md and the skills.md are going to be the blueprints of how the agent will work, right? So we are going to define the agents.md. This agent.md is analogous to the system prompt md, which we had defined earlier in the previous use case. That was the agent AI or onboarding of an agent, onboarding of an employee. Okay. Let's go ahead and download this one now. So let me git copy this one to my new folder.
Windows 11 tuh agak ribet dengan alat lama ya. Ada bugnya kalau orang bilang. Kecuali Windows 10 dia.
I am sucker for terminal prompts. I do not really want to use a lot of GUI elements.
Registrasinya berapa kali? Nah, untuk yang scan belum
You can go ahead and use GUI. I don't have any issues. I use open code extensively. You can use open code. You can use Kilo. You can use Gemini CLI. You can use any of them. We don't have any issues. By the way, in the resources tab on the GitHub repo, you will find books.md, which can help you in the AI coding tools also. AI review coding tools are also there. You have a list of the coding tools also mentioned. You can use any of them. There are a few courses also if you want to use them, and offline guide, which probably if you need, if you would love to do it without me. I mean, I don't want you to do it without me, but just in case if you are comfortable doing it alone, so you can go ahead and use this offline guide also. All right. And then there is platform.md. These are the love and lifeline of Amol sir. He's probably going to talk to you about it in a few minutes. Yeah.
Iya betul. LBL ya sorry.
All right.
Itu sama nih jalurnya satu IP.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download. I have already downloaded. I did not really download it. But I mean, sorry, I downloaded it, but I did not really move to that folder. I have to go to that folder now. Since I'm doing UC0A, I'm going to go to UC0A. And I'm going to open up open code. I'm using open code because it is free of cost, and there are plenty of models which are free of cost in here. Do remember that most of the time you don't really need the high-end models to be thinking. You may be using the free models right now. It is okay to use free models for the day-to-day work. If you really want to debate, if you really want to think, or you want to be able to research, then you should probably go for Claude or Kimi K3 or GPTs of the world, right? I'm not recommending any specific model, but yeah, frontier models are very good at researching and then recommending what needs to be done. But these free models are very good at day-to-day life of Pi, if you understand that joke. All right. Let's now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to go through the README file and update the agents.md. Do understand that agents.md already has got my RISE framework mentioned. This has already got the role, intent, context, and enforcements already mentioned. So it's going to update the agents.md based on the reading file. Please check that I am doing one file at a time. I'm not asking it to update the agents.md and the other skills.md and the .py file all at once. I'm asking it to do one thing at a time.
Memori berapa dipakai?
All right, it has already filled up the agents.md. And what should be my next task? Should I go ahead and just ask it to update skills.md or .py file, or what should I do? All right. So if you have an architect, if you have actually, these days nobody actually wants to create their own home, right? They don't want to construct their home. But my parents and probably your parents and probably Amol sir has also created or got their houses built, right? When they were building their houses, the first thing that they would do is they would consult an architect, a civil architect, and this architect would give them a blueprint. He would not really go to the site to create it, or he would not be the laborer who would be pulling the bricks in, but he would be creating the blueprint of it. And that's what agents.md is. That's what systemprompt.md is. That is all the blueprint that you have. So being the architect, being the orchestrator that you are all going to be, I want you to go ahead and read the agents.md line by line. You may not be able to read the you may not be able to read the systems of files or .py file because the code may be huge, but you have to read through the blueprint itself, and that blueprint is agents.md or systemprompt.md. The agent classifies citizen complaint rows from city, and it does not aggregate or edit the source data. Correct. A source is this. And can you even tell me what is the most important thing that we should be concentrating on in this whole file, agents.md? We have had a talk about this a few minutes back. Absolutely. Enforcement. So this is just to reiterate, reinforce so that it gets in all of our heads that enforcements must not be missed. So the category must be exact.
Beda sini.